Spellbound, Chapter 15. Because me said we were here to visit Morris Smith, we couldn't very well leave without doing that. Well, I could, but Adam said it wouldn't be right, so we made a good show of it. Sat beside her bed and held her hand and talked to her. Or I presume that's what Adam did. I got coffees. When I came back, he was standing there looking down at the comatose woman, and he looked sad, sympathetic. I stood outside the door and watched him for a moment and wondered if that was how I was supposed to feel, too. With Paige and Lucas, it's easy to roll my eyes at their empathy overflow. No one can be expected to feel as much for strangers as they do. My bellwether is Adam. He pushed open the door. "You okay?" I said as I handed him his mocha. He shrugged. "Sure. Just thinking about their house. All those hobbies, a small laugh, boring as hell. They obviously like them, and they just seem happy. Small, boring, happy lives." I paused. "It's the last part that counts, though." "Yup, it is." He sipped his drink. "Just feel bad for them, you know." I nodded. "Put it that way and I got it." "Okay," he said, "we're done here, which means we're Miami bound." He looked at me. "Right?" When I didn't answer fast enough, his eyes narrowed. "We had a deal," he said. "I know, and I'll honor it. I just thought maybe we should." A hiss from the bed made me jump, cutting me short. I pointed. "I think she's waking up." Adam Point looked at the comatose figure, then he looked at me. Brown eyes blazing under hooded lids. "That's not funny," he said. "Help," Moira whispered. He looked from her to me, then back. "You hear that?" I said. "Right?" He grunted and moved up beside her. Then he leaned down and laid a hand on her shoulder. "Moira," he said, "can you hear me?" "Help!" The word came out on a hiss of breath that moved through barely parted lips. Those lips hadn't moved. No part of her had moved. I walked to the other side of the bed. "Moira," I said. "Savannah," she whispered. My chin perked up. I stared at Adam. "Did you hear?" I began. He nodded. "I don't think that's Moira." He motioned for me to close the door, then leaned over the comatose woman. "Gary, it's Adam Bissett. I'm here with Savannah Levon." Gary Smith? How could he? I answered my question before I could ask it. Smith was a necromancer. If he'd been here, he'd be able to communicate with his wife's soul. Jamie had done it with comatose patients. But what if he was on the other side? Could he speak to his wife's body? "Savannah, I'm here," I said, heavy into my spot. "Is this Gary Smith?" "Yes." Question answer more than one still, I asked. Did you pass over? "Dead." The word came harsh. "Yes." "How?" I began. "Don't know. Not important." He didn't know how he died. Not unusual for ghosts, especially the newly dead. Communicating in this way was obviously a struggle, and he wasn't going to waste it on that. "Leah," he whispered. "She's dead," I said. "Again. We sent her back to hell, and she won't get out this time." Silence. While it felt good giving him that message, I'm not sure how much it mattered to him. He was still dead. His wife was still in a coma. "How do you know how she got out?" I asked. "Did she tell you anything? Was she working with any?" Stopped. An intake of breath as if he was struggling to stay on the line. "We'll talk. Wait." A moment's rest, then he said, "Leah freed because connection." His words came in spurts. "With you. Knows you. Might persuade you." The voice stopped, and I waited as long as I could before asking. "Persuade me to do what?" "Help." "Wanted your help. Leah's too. Package deal. She reneged." So someone decided Leah had swayed over me because we known each other. This someone also decided she might be useful, meaning it would only doubtfully worthwhile to free her from her hell dimension. She played along, cozying up to me and Jesse's body, with the ultimate goal of ignoring her mission and instead using me to stay out of hell for good. "Who freed her?" I asked. "Don't know. Powerful forces, not human, demonic, celestial. Celestial? Angel. Demonic and celestial, I said. An angel and a demon working together? He didn't know. I got the feeling he was as confused as we were. Leah obviously hadn't told him the grand scheme. Tell me everything, she said. I pressed. Give me all the pieces and we'll put them together. That's all. She was free. Powerful forces, your target. Powerfully ally, tool. What would happen when those powerful forces discovered that their powerful tool had lost their powerful juice? A thought flitted through my brain, half formed, and I tried to grab it, but it disappeared before I could. There must be more, Adam said. Leah tormented you for weeks. As she loves to talk, I said. He said that's all, but it took him a moment, and that pause suggested he was holding out. Did she tell you anything more about who released her? Adam said. No. Did she name any specific demons? No. Did she tell you why they wanted Savannah? No. Did she tell you what her rescue's overall plan is? A pause. Then no. She hinted at it though. What were they up to? Silence. And what did she say? Not important. What matters is Savannah. She's in danger. I'm always in danger, I said. These people want me to help them carry out some grand scheme. What is it? Don't know. Just, we waited, but he didn't go on. You didn't know the whole plan, Adam said. That's fine. We'll take whatever we can get. Just tell us. Immortality. Adam paused. They want immortality? Semi-immortality, long life, eternal youth, invulnerability. Seriously? I said. Immortality questions freed Leah and want me? Besides, really being unoriginal, that doesn't make any sense. I have demon and spellcaster blood. No mentality or connection there. Bigger. Think bigger. The mortality. It doesn't get bigger than that. A hiss of frustration. Immortality only part. Bigger plan. Need. The door swung open and older nurse Pat walked in trialing. We are supposed to shut that door, people. We would hate to have Mrs. Smith's alarms go off and we don't hear them. Adam started to apologize, but she swept past him, syringe in hand. Out, out, out. Our lady needs tending. No, Smith whispered. Please, no. I tensed. Adam glanced at me. The nurse had to have heard him, but she just kept humming under her breath. Please, Smith said. Sorry, please. She hummed louder, drowning him out. When she reached for the infant's cord and lifted the syringe, Adam lunged and grabbed her arm. The nurse wheeled and grabbed Adam around the neck before he could blink. She tried to throw her off. He tried to throw her off, but she yanked him back against her. Forearm jammed under his throat, holding him as if he was a struggling toddler and no more dangerous. He grabbed her arm with both hands. Skin sizzled and popped, but she didn't let go. Raced for it. Uh-oh, she said, pointing the needle at Adam's throat. Touch me and he dies. Cast a spell and he dies. She smiled at me and her eyes flashed on. Give me an excuse, child, and he dies. Demon, I said. You think? Adam said, wheezing. Do you know who he is? I asked the demon who his father is. I have no love for Asmondi, the demon said. Nor does my master. Fat should my hand slip, she moved the needle against Adam's neck. My master would reward me most handsomely. When mortals interfere with demons, accidents do happen. Only it wouldn't be an accident, I said, gaze glued to that syringe. I know it wasn't. I'd make sure Asmondi knew too. A desperate empty threat, and I expected the demon to laugh, but I smiled first. Do you know who I am? She said, pulling myself up straight. Savannah Levine, daughter of Eve, and granddaughter of Lord Demon, the Lamb. That should have meant nothing. Demons took little interest in their children, none in their grandchildren. But she let out a low hiss, drew back the syringe, and looked away. No, didn't just look away, dropped her gaze from mine. When she spoke, her voice was almost a whine. He was warned. This necromancer, he was warned. Speak of how he knew his wife would not wake. She smelled at Morris Smith's body. You were warned. I'm sorry, Smith whispered, words tumbling out. A mistake. A moment of weakness. I'll tell them. No more. The demon released her grip on Adam and advanced on Smith. Speak another word and she dies. If not by my hand, then by another. We warned you. Yes, yes. I'll. Not another word, the demon boomed. Adam leapt forward and knocked her legs out from under her. As she crashed to the floor, I rushed in. Adam pinned her easily. Too easily. When I grabbed her hair and yanked her head back, her eyes were closed, face slack, the demon had fled. We tried to call Smith back, but not for long. He was gone, and there was an unconscious nurse on the floor, with third-degree burns on her arm. We got out of there as fast as we could. We checked out the hotel before we left, so I wasn't surprised when we got into the car and Adam said, "See how fast you can get us a flight to Miami? If we have time to grab lunch, we pass a place on the way over. Otherwise, we'll eat at the airport." I didn't answer. Didn't take out my phone either. "Savannah, shouldn't we investigate this?" "Investigate what?" "Smith didn't give us anything except confirmation that you've got something much worse than the witch hunter on your tail, which is all the more reason to get you to Miami." "Right." I still didn't take out my phone. His gaze shunted my way, and his hands gripped the steering wheel. The faint smell of scorched brown wafted us. "We had a deal," he said, his voice low. "Just one more lead, and we'll be in Miami by sundown." "It's not sundown yet." I meant it as a joke, but as he braked so fast, I slammed against the seatbelt. Car behind us blasted its horn. Adam ignored it, pulling onto the shoulder, then opened the driver's door. "Take the car," he said. "I'll meet you in Miami whenever you ever get there." "Don't." I leaned over and caught the back of his shirt. "Sorry." "You're right. We're going to Miami. I'll get tickets." He hesitated. I pushed too hard. Back off now or he'd leave, and this was worse than anything I faced in Miami. I looked up the flight information while he stood outside the car. "We can get a connecting flight in just over an hour, or a direct one in almost 3. They get in at the same time." He hesitated a moment longer, then climbed back in. I expect him to say, "The connecting one," just so he can get my ass on the plane faster, but he said, "Direct. We'll grab lunch first." I was in the midst of reserving our tickets when my phone rang. The ringtone was "People Are Strange," meaning it was someone not in my address book. I checked the number. "It's Ronnie," I said. Should I ignore it? Adam took a deep breath and exhaled. "No," I answered. "Savannah, oh my God, I didn't think you were going to pick up." Ronnie sounded out of breath. "I'm in trouble and I need your help." "They're after me." "Get rid of your cell phone. Like I said, that's how they're tracking you. Buy prepaid if you have to. Get on the bus going someplace where you don't know anyone. Pay for a ticket and crash. Find a cheap motel and hole up there. If you still need help next week, maybe I..." "Next week?" Her voice cracked with panic. "She's after me now, Savannah. My cousin found me here in Riverside. I don't know, and I got away. But she'll find me again no matter how I do it. I know it." "Riverside? What the hell are you doing there?" "I was following you, but I lost the signal this morning, so I went to your hotel to wait. But you haven't come back, and she's going to kill me, Savannah. She's going to kill me." Adam motioned, but he wanted to speak to me. I told Ronnie to hang on and put her on hold. "Let's get her to a safe house," Adam said. "Call Paige, see who's in Miami that they can spare. Aaron, Clay, and Lena Kyle." I took her off hold. "Ronnie, we have a plan. A friend of ours will fly in and escort you to a safe house. All you need to do is lie low for a few hours. Ditch the phone, take a city bus, find a crowded place, and wait." Silence. "Ronnie." No, please," she said. Sigh. "It's the best I can offer, so please, Chrissy. Whatever happened to your mom, I didn't have anything to do with it. Please, just leave me alone. So you can send your black magic friends after me?" A young woman's voice said, "To kill me too?" Then a young woman came on the line. "Do yourself a favor, witch, and mind your own business." Click. The line went dead.